Hi, guys, girlies out there. This is like a really fun, fair warning, XX rated episode of Cat on the Loose and Sex and Bacon with my dear, dear friend Sarah Hughes, host of Sex and Bacon, who is here with me to dissect the world of sex toys. Hi, Sarah.
Hello, Kat. Thank you. I'm excited for this, for both of our shows and our podcast for this to go out. This is amazing.
Right. I know. I think obviously both our audiences, hopefully they're super
Mhm.
interested in the subject. My podcast is about sex, dating, and relationships. And I always say that I think sex is a huge and really important part of any relationship that you might have, and even with yourself. And it breaks my heart that it's still such taboo to so many people to talk about.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. And it's I think like the big thing too I'm noticing is like even masturbation, just talking about that people are so uncomfortable with. It's almost like sex sometimes I can kind of get on board with having a conversation about, but then like the minute you start talking about like personal self-pleasure, people are like, "Whoa, I can't
I
tell
know.
you about that."
Yeah, exactly. And even like on Instagram, I don't know if it happens to you, but like I think I told you, like with my accounts, whenever you use the word sex, the algorithms detect the word as something illegal, something
Mhm.
bad, something that like child pornography and all this crap. And it breaks my heart because obviously it's not the case. I think sex is something very healthy if it's done by consenting adults. And I really, really think if more people had happy, fulfilling sexual lives, the world would be a much better place. Seriously.
Oh, totally, right? Who's miserable when they're getting off all the time and you're on like that orgasm high? Like even my friends tell me that all the time. Like when I've had sex, they're like, "Oh, she's on a dick high. If you want to ask her anything, ask her now because she'll be really nice."
I
And when it
know.
wears off, it's like I'm back to that like harsh truth that they don't like. But like when I'm on this like elated dick high, it's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
yes, I think that's wonderful." So,
totally, 1 million%. And I think it gives us the flush in the skin, makes your skin look good. It just makes the world a better.
mhm.
So today, because we both partnered with this new sex toy brand called Prazeres, which means pleasures in Portuguese, I love it. They came up with something very innovative, which is number one, demystify that using sex toys is something dirty and that only perverts do. Number two, the toys are very sexy, super adorable, and very user friendly. And a lot of them are very small, miniature toys that you can actually
Mhm.
travel with, that you can put in your purse, that you can use it discreetly. So let's talk about all the sex toys that Prazeres have to offer. And I'm sure you can help me. I came up with this idea. Tell me what you think about it, because we didn't plan anything, because we do everything organically, non-scripted. There's some people out there in the world that never used sex toys. Then there's some people that use it but are embarrassed to talk to their partners about using it together. And then there's the
Mhm.
more advanced group. How about we give ideas for all of these groups one at a time?
Yes, I love that. I think that's a great idea. Absolutely.
I know you have a lot of experience in the subject, and I know you're very comfortable talking about sex, so let's rock and roll.
Yeah, it's like my specialty of like passion. The only thing I'm really good at talking about. So,
Very good at talking about it. So, to keep this very, very real, I am sitting in my bedroom, in my bed at home, and I put all the sex toys that I love and use, the big box of sex toys that I got from Prazeres. And I know yours is on its way, but you have
mhm.
been helping and working as a creative collaborator, so you know a lot about it. So, for me, I'm single now. I'm not in a relationship. I use my vibrators almost every night. The girls out there listening to us, let's start with the single girls that, because I have a lot of friends like that. They're intimidated. They're like, oh, what should I buy? What should I do? My suggestion, tell me if you agree or not, to like for a beginner, I think the basic of the basic of the basic is the bunny. I love the bunny. Do you love the bunny?
You know what? That one's been around for like decades and decades, that kind of like style. And I think they're actually just getting better because when I was really young, like in my God, early 20s, so I mean, I'm dating myself now. They weren't that comfortable and they weren't as soft as what that one is there. And I found them very hard and rigid on the inside. and it wasn't comfortable, but like come a long way. And that one is amazing. And it feels more real. It feels gentle. The angles, they're getting way better with the angles now. Before it was like they were never matching at the same time. And so, yeah, they've come a long way. And that is absolutely a great one to start with.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. They came a long way, and this one is like crazy soft, which to me is important. And I
Mm-hmm.
think the bunny, I was talking to one of my friends the other day because she's very intimidated about using sex toys. You know who she is, but we're not going to say her name here. And I
Mm-hmm.
told her, get the freaking bunny because if you never used the sex toy before, it's like moron proof, right? It literally works
Yeah.
like a dick. However, it has an extra feature that a real dick doesn't have, the little bunny ears that will literally massage your clitoris so nicely that most girls will come very fast. At least it's my case. I don't know if you love it, but I use it almost every night. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. And then, I've never really, when I was younger, I didn't really understand what the point of the actual, like, kind of bunny ears on it and how, like, they kind of spread a little bit. But now that I'm older and I have a better understanding of my clit and like the nerves on the sides of it, it's like, it's perfect because it kind of goes around on the outside of it and it can kind of massage it a little bit while it's still inside and you get both and you can move it whatever pace you need. So yeah, it is a wonderful, wonderful toy. I absolutely love that one.
Yeah, and and it's interesting that you mentioned that. Like we learn as we grow older or more mature,
Hmm.
we learn how to understand our bodies and explore our bodies better. No shame if you're not at this stage yet, because
Hmm.
believe it or not, most people in the world are not. They embarrassed to explore their own bodies, their own sexuality, their own pleasure. And I like that you said that because it's 1,000,000% true. But I was saying, I know a lot of girls don't know how to give
Hmm.
themselves pleasure. And this is the fun part about buying a sex toy. Try it out, right, Sarah? Try out
Hmm.
different positions, figure out how your body reacts. Don't be shy, especially if you're with yourself.
Totally. But you know what? It is surprising. And I think that there's the unfortunate part of like that shame and that kind of like it's a sin. It's frowned upon. Sex isn't meant for pleasure. Don't touch yourself. That like people see and hear at a young age. And then you have these women that grow up and all of a sudden they don't even know how to masturbate. They don't know what that really looks like. They don't know their body. And it's not until later in life that all of a sudden they're around it more, they hear other people talking about it and they're like, "Oh, okay, so maybe I could figure this out for myself." And then they kind of start to explore, but we really should be teaching, young adults the healthy habits of masturbation and toys and pleasure and orgasm and all of those things and really more education on understanding your body, knowing the parts, knowing the different, places that you do have sensations and the nerves that feel good to touch this way or that way. And unfortunately, it's lacking. And then you have all these women that are missing out, right?
Oh my God, 1,000,000%. And you're absolutely right. Most people grow up with this idea that talking about sex and masturbation
Hmm.
and vibrators, like you said, is something dirty and wrong. And it isn't. It's so healthy and it's so much fun. I
Totally.
am living proof. And you know my story. I was married for 14 years to a very, very conservative man. I couldn't
Hmm.
even dream about like talking about having a vibrator, a sex toy, or oh, I want this orgasm or that position, because I was so judged. And it's just now, after the marriage, after everything that I've been through, that I'm finally learning how to love my body and give myself pleasure
Hmm.
alone or with a partner. And I completely agree with you. It's so important. And I'm telling you guys and girls out there, if you're listening to this episode, hurry up, get your sex toy. You know what, go have some fun, because once you get used to it and you realize that it's not a big deal, it changes your life. It's life changing.
Totally. Yeah. And I
Yeah,
know
so
like
for
a
starters,
lot of
yeah.
women struggle to, have that conversation with their partner. But I
Yeah,
think it's one thing you can kind of almost say, like, I've been with a lot of guys who actually have asked if I've had a vibrator because they like the way that the vibration feels on them
really.
internally. They like the way that it feels kind of like whether it's on their balls or pushed against their shaft while they're inside. So it's almost like I guess you could bring it up to your partner and be like, I heard that this is actually really pleasurable for men and women. We
Mhm.
could try this toy, start with something small, like something, I mean, actually, this one here from,
Oh, the
you guys.
massager, the
Yes.
massager. Yeah.
is amazing. It has such intense power. I was like, "What the heck is this?" I've never come across something so small with so much power. And the best thing is it's rechargeable.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting away from batteries, which is great.
Yeah, all of them nowadays, that's something that probably a lot of people don't know. All of them, all of Prazeres toys are rechargeable. Yes, no battery needed. Just like you charge your cell phone, you plug it
Yeah.
on the and you're good to go. And most of them are waterproof as well. And I want to mention something about the massager. The bunny, and I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's true. A lot of girls that never used sex toys before, they're a little intimidated by the bunny because it's penetration. It's like a
Mhm.
dick. The
Yep.
massager, it's literally what it says that it is. It's massaging you, your vagina, your clitoris, whatever you want. And guys, like you said, the more conservative guys, or maybe they're not conservative, they're just brought up to not talk about it. When the girls say, oh, let's use sex toys in bed, a lot of them think, oh, what if she likes the sex toy more than my
Mhm.
dick? Oh my God. And guys, it's such a misconception because this is not what we mean. We can
Mhm.
still love, love, love your dick, which hopefully, right, if you have a partner, hopefully you love your partner's dick, but it just adds a little spice to it. Like you were saying, guys, don't be shy. It doesn't make you gay if a vibrator is gonna touch your body.
Right? Absolutely. No. And like, I mean, I know that a lot of girls sometimes they're like worried that, like, same thing like you said, my partner will think that he's not good enough or that I'm missing something. But it's actually for both of you just to have fun with, for both of you to explore. Turn it into like a little game, like, okay, this month you go to the store, you pick out a toy you want to try, and we're going to try it together. Hey, next month, your turn. You go, you pick out a toy, we're going to try it together. No judgment, no anything. It's just like make it fun, make it spicy, make it different, right? And like that's a great way to introduce them.
I will tell you honestly, I never had a partner that did that to me, but I would love if my next boyfriend was
Mhm.
more open minded to
Yeah,
do that. Like my ex boyfriend that I had last year, we talked a lot about it. Like he was like, "Oh, let's go to," because I think maybe he never did it. I don't know. And we talked about let's go to a sex store together, or let's look. Because by the way, guys, you can get these toys online because a lot of people are intimidated going to the store. So that's the cool thing. You
totally.
can really buy them online, and I was interested. I was like, oh, like you said, how sexy if I come home and he has a little toy for us in the bedroom. He keeps spicing things up. I love this idea they came up with. Like, buy a different one every month.
Yeah, right? Because you never know what you'll actually like and what you won't like unless you try different things. And sometimes people aren't even aware of what is there and what's available. And it doesn't
Right.
necessarily always have to be a toy. There's so many other things at those stores, from massage oils to different types of
Yes.
candles, or there's little lotions and creams that are enhanced, say, a blowjob. I mean, now they have literally pop rocks for blowjobs that you put in your mouth that are
Ooh,
meant for that to enhance it. Like, there's a lot of fun, creative things that are out there now that you can play with.
1,000,000%. The next one that I want to show you guys, and you're gonna get yours hopefully in a few
Mhm.
days because I send you a box. I'm in love with this one, the cherry. And when I tell people about it, when I said, "Oh, you gotta try they're like, "What do you mean? What do you do with
Mhm.
the?" I'm telling you, Sarah, it's very soft, right? It's not too big and it's not too small. It's the most delicious sensation I ever felt. It's kind of like you're talking about the massager. It's
Yeah.
basically a massager in the shape of a delicious cherry, and it's waterproof. So like for me, I like to masturbate either in bed, or I love a bubble bath that really relaxes me.
Ah,
Put it there and it gives you the best feeling in the world. If you can have an orgasm without penetration,
yeah.
this is perfect. But
So
it's
it
like the
vibrates.
it vibrates in three speeds. Yeah, it has three speeds and it's very soft, guys. Very soft, the little cherry. I'm like in love with this
Okay.
cherry. No kidding. And I gave to one of my best friends, his birthday was last week. And I
Mhm.
gave it to him to try it out with his girlfriend. And so, as foreplay, he was like massaging her pussy and everything with the cherry and put it inside her. And he told me it turned her on. Of course, she came and he turned they both on like big time, and then he got it from her pussy to his mouth. So it's like a really, really fun foreplay little toy.
Oh, I love that. Okay, that I'm excited to try that. I wasn't sure when I saw it too, but like that it vibrates. That's amazing.
Yes, it vibrates in 3 speeds, probably like the massage. So for you guys
Okay.
that are listening, and don't forget to go to our instas, because we are going to put videos of all the
Hmm.
toys that we are talking about. Because what I also love about prazeres is not just about selling sex toys, it's about educating people and
Totally.
opening up like a very, very open, liberal conversation about the topic. So there are a lot of blogs there, and we're going to post all these ideas, how to use the toys, how to talk to your partner about it. But
Hmm.
like Sarah was saying, if you're a guy or a girl out there listening, maybe this is a fun, innocent one. If you never try to introduce a sex toy in bed with your partner, I think this is a really fun foreplay one.
Oh
I
yeah, that looks
love
fun.
it out with someone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, moving on. If you're a little bit more like naughty and not too shy talking about sex and sex toys, I think you've seen this one. I'm in love with the little bullet necklaces. The bullet necklaces are a miniature vibrator. Actually, they come in 2 sizes. The one that is a little bigger, but the mini one I totally love because, first of all, I think you can wear it to go out as
Hmm.
a conversation piece, like if you're single, if you go to a bar, because I promise you, tons and tons of people ask you, what is that? What are you wearing?
Yeah.
You can travel with it because it's discreet enough that nobody knows what it is. And it's very delicious. It's small, but it's powerful. Same, it has a bunch of speeds.
I love that it's like a statement piece for jewelry that you would never know. I think that is actually what makes it even hotter.
I agree. Exactly. So
Yeah.
like I said, if you're single, many times guys are shy approaching you. It happens to all of us, right? You go to
Hmm.
a bar and stuff and the guys say, "Oh, she's so cute," but they're embarrassed approaching. I actually have been approached by guys because I had the bullet necklace and they were like, "What is this?" Some people were like,
Hmm.
"Oh, do you have coke in there?" I'm like, "No, I don't have coke. I don't do coke." But really cool, fun little vibrator toy that I like. And if you're a couple, I have a couple of my friends, they're married, and she wore it out to a restaurant. And in the middle of dinner, he was like giving her like a little dare. And he said, "Oh, get the bullet off, like, because you can literally like unscrew it from the necklace." And he was like, "This
Ah,
are, yeah, so you can like play with yourself in the restaurant or the bar or something because it's so tiny and discreet."
I love that idea because I think a lot of people are like into, like foreplay while they're out, little bathroom kind of dips, for some fun. And like, even like, I mean, like a big thing that I think is kind of hot is like, you could literally take that to the bathroom and take like a quick, like 30-second, 1 minute video of you playing with yourself for your partner, send it to them, build up that sexual tension. You're doing something naughty. You're essentially masturbating in a public place. Who doesn't want that?
I love that. I never thought
Yeah.
about that one. I really like that. Yeah, so there's like a million different ways. And again, if you're single, you do it to get people's attention, you do it for
Mhm.
yourself. And if you are in a relationship or even dating, right? If you're dating a person and you want to spice it up, I'm going to guess that most guys would be crazy turned on. Like if you do a little video like that, you said, or you literally unscrew it in the middle of dinner.
Mhm.
Like, ooh, I'm gonna do a little massage on myself. I hopefully any guy would be turned on by that, right?
Oh god, yeah. Yeah. I would be,
I would be too. I'm getting turned on
right?
as we speak. I wish I had a hot date tonight, but I'm gonna play with my toys. This one is coming your way too. And by the way, the little mini bullet, I want to show it to you guys. They do it in gold and silver, so it's very fashionable, depending on
Nice.
your outfit. Depending on your outfit. Now, before I move on to the more advanced ones, because I know this is going to be really X-rated, but I know you're comfortable talking about it, and I need your help. Let me ask your opinion, because I get this message a lot from girls. A lot of girls tell me, "Oh, I want to use sex toys and I want to masturbate, but it's really hard to get me in the mood." Because obviously, it's easier if you're in bed with somebody that you really like and you're turned on.
Mhm.
How do you, if I have any rituals, anything that I do by myself that makes me turned on to actually use my sex toys and come? Do you have anything that you do? Or you're always
That's a tough one because it takes like sometimes it can take like nothing. It could literally take you I'm out in public, I see a cute guy, or he walks by and he smells really good. Sometimes a smell can get me like very turned on and like thinking about that person on me.
Mhm.
And like me smelling them, they're close to me. I'm huge in like of words too. So like I have obviously like some guy friends or guys and whatever that like I talk to and stuff. And sometimes just even like the little message of somebody telling me what they were thinking about of me for the day, or something flirty instantly can kind of like get me like going and thinking about it. So then it's
Yeah.
like I try to like mentally roll with that and like envision that, picture it. Or I mean, in all reality, I mean, I know guys have like the spank bank, but like so do we. I like to think about past experiences, past times that I've like been with somebody, remembering how it felt the last time somebody spanked me, or all of those little things that I can like pull up from like my memory of like, oh fuck yeah, that was hot. Oh, I missed that. Or thinking about fantasies of what I want to do with somebody very easily can get me in the mood to like want to crawl into my bed and like roll with it.
Well, no, I do that too a lot. I try to think about a moment that really turned me on and that I really liked with someone. And
Hmm.
I do love if I'm dating, like if somebody sends me a dirty text or talk dirty, but it's so rare. It rarely happens to me. It's very, very rare. Guys are
Yeah.
very shy these days. I don't know if it's the case with you.
No, I like no. I like
You're
I like
lucky.
sending pictures too. So sometimes like I might just take a video, make a
Yeah.
picture, make some little clips and like I'll send them to, a guy or two that I'm talking to just so that I can get some of the validation and like the flirty messages back, because like who doesn't want that to get kind of get turned on, right? So
I know.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe Canadian guys are a little bit different, but no, they're pretty dirty and they like to talk about sex all day long if they can. The ones I've
Here,
come across, not
here,
shy. Yeah.
yeah, here they're a lot shyer, but I guess maybe I'm gonna take some pointers from you and start sending a few sexier photos to see if I spice up my dating life. But what I do, and I know it sounds silly and simple, but it really, really works for me. And I'm putting the videos on my Instagram so you guys can literally go there and see it. I either, like I said, I take a really nice, relaxing bubble bath, which really
Mhm.
relaxes my body. And now that I have the cherry, it turns me on big time because it's the best massager. Other than a nice
Mhm.
man's hand on me, the guy that I like, it's the best massager I've ever had. You let me know once you get yours. But then what I do, I come to my bedroom and I light a candle because it puts me in the mood for romance, even if it's alone. I swear to God, it puts me in the mood to romance myself. I think it's really important to love your body and love yourself. If you guys drink, I know Sarah's not a big drinker. I'm not a big drinker either. But sometimes I bring like a little glass of wine or champagne just for like a sip or two, just to toast myself. Sometimes I dip my bunny in the champagne because I like doing that to my man's dick.
Ah,
I love the taste of a little bit of champagne on my, and it really turns the guys on. I don't know if you ever try that. Like if you
no, but
bring a
I'm going to now.
glass, like you guys can go see the videos, but yeah, literally I bring a glass of champagne and I put a little bit, if I'm with a man, of course, I put it a little bit in my mouth. And then when I go give him a blowjob, like I spill on it or I spill a tiny bit on their dick. And it can be champagne, white wine. I mean, I'm not gonna recommend red wine because it's gonna mess up too much. I think champagne. Yeah, but if you drink vodka, careful because it's alcohol. It might burn his dick. But it usually champagne and white wine, and it's sexy and it really turns the guy on. But going back to being alone, I do that to myself, and then like I suck my bunny. I don't know if you suck your bunny. I suck my bunny a little
I
bit with my.
haven't. I think I need to now.
I'll tell you. Well, I don't know about you, but I've talked about that in the past. I don't know if I ever asked you. To me, a blow job is not a job. It's one of my favorite things in the world to do. It turns me on like there's no tomorrow. I love, 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 love giving my guy a blow job. It turns me on. So even if I'm going to masturbate and use the
Mhm.
bunny, I know it's a bunny, but the act of blowing and and playing with the bunny
Okay.
makes me wet and it turns me on.
I mean, I like don't get me wrong, I love giving a blowjob, but here's the thing is like I love giving the blowjob because I love seeing how worked up you can get them, and then like how excited, and like I love giving the blowjob to completion, knowing that you were able to like create that with just your mouth. But then I also get super jealous that like they came from my mouth and not from my pussy. So then I kind of it's like a double-edged thing. I'm very happy that I could do that, but then at the same time, I'm really mad that I didn't get anything more out of it for myself.
I feel the same way, but maybe you give them a blowjob, not until they come, but just to enjoy
Yeah.
the blowjob. But so that's what I do for those of you that ask me. My little ritual is, yeah, usually a nice bath, candles, playing with the vibrator. Literally play with your toys, decide what excites you. And then a friend asked me the other day, but I don't know how to make the toy make me come. And I don't know if you have any pointers, but basically for me, be in the same position. Like, what is your number one position that you like being in that makes you come when you're with a guy?
Oh, definitely on top. Like, I can have really good G-spot orgasms, but I need to be on top about 80% of the time.
Oh, really?
20% if it's with like a guy who kind of knows what he's doing and understands like my angles. From
Yeah.
them being on top, standing though, like off of a bed or something, I can also have a really good G-spot orgasm from that. But yeah, I would definitely say I think they need to go into their masturbation session, self-pleasure session with a little bit of like curiosity of exploration
Yeah.
to try to find their own G spot. I watched a video once that literally broke it down for me of where to find it, how to like kind of like touch that area. And so I think if you have the right toy, which that bunny is pretty curved, you should be able to
Yeah.
take it and maybe not even first thinking like, okay, I'm going to make myself come, but use it in a way where you're kind of like, let me see what I can feel if I'm putting it inside, moving at this angle, front, back, higher, lower, pressure, less pressure, and just kind of feel internally if you can feel like you're kind of hitting something. So I would say explore first to try to locate that spot. And then, once you kind of have a little bit more, then you'll know. But
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And like you said, play with it. No
mhm,
pressure. Like,
yeah.
just for me, my favorite position is the basic laying down and the guy on top of me. It makes me come
Okay.
so fast. So usually that's what I do with the bunny. But I also like being on top. Sit on the bunny. Like, play with the toy,
Yeah.
whichever way. Like, don't put pressure on your head. But I
Mhm.
think the biggest problem most people have is, like you said, it's in their head, because they were raised to think it's something dirty and bad to play with sex toys. And it isn't. Exploring your own pleasure and your own sexualities should be, right, completely normal. So
Totally.
I've never used it. Literally, have fun with it. Mess around, sit on it, lay on it, suck it, do whatever you have to do. Massage yourself, massage your
Yeah.
boobs, whatever parts of your body you like, because you're going to have a lot of fun for sure, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And
You
I
have to
think
carve out time. Like, I think people have this idea that, like, to masturbate, like, you got 1 minute, you got 2 minutes. No, schedule your give yourself time. Set aside 30 minutes if you can to just play and touch and explore. Try this toy, try a different one. It like I think when you have the pressure, like you said, of the goal of like, oh, I have to come, and that's the goal, then automatically if a toy isn't working for you, you kind of start to think, well, I'm broken, there's something wrong with me, why isn't this working, everybody else likes it. You just need to relax more, give yourself more time, play with
one
different ones. Well, certain ones are going to work better for other people, right?
1,000,000%. And another thing that I do too, and I have no shame in talking, and I have no idea why it's such taboo to so many people. I love watching a little bit of porn to turn me on. I love
Yeah.
it. I don't do it all the time, but sometimes at night, if I decide, okay, I need an orgasm, it really relaxes me. To me,
Mhm.
it's better than any drug. You know how people take like medication to sleep? They take
Yeah.
antidepressants. They take this. Nobody has a problem. Like, they advertise about it. It's completely fine, and it's horrible for you. And
Yeah.
it's funny enough, because an orgasm is like the most natural way in nature to relieve stress, to put a ton of great hormones in your brain, and it's such
Yeah.
taboo to talk about it. And I get really turned off by a few porn videos, and I love it, and I don't see a problem in that. Do you watch porn by yourself at all?
1000% I do. Sometimes if I've had enough stimulation, whether it be from pictures or videos or conversations with like a guy, I don't need to. That in itself can get me going, or I can look back through, pictures or videos that have been sent. But yeah, there is some times where it's like definitely it's like I feel like I want to see something different. Sometimes I like looking at different things on there that I maybe want to try, kinks or fetishes. And sometimes there's things that like I don't personally do, say necessarily in my sex life often, but I love watching other people do it and I'm curious about it. And so, yeah, definitely a little bit of porn I think can be healthy.
I completely agree. And by the way, I know a lot of girls out there say, "Oh my God, if I catch my husband watching porn, if I catch my boyfriend watching porn," girls, cut it out. It doesn't mean he's cheating on you because he's watching porn.
Mhm.
A lot of guys get really turned on, including watching porn with their partners. And I
Totally.
need so many women out there, you need to just let it go. We're not
Yeah.
talking about like a porn addict. That's a whole other subject. We're talking about like as a healthy part of feeling
Mhm.
turned on, getting turned on, spicing up your relationship. And so many women complain about it. I'm like, why the hell? It's porn. Watch with your guy. Find out what
Yeah,
turns him on. Maybe you learn some pointers from the porn stars that you never tried doing.
totally. Yep.
Right? I love it. And, oh, so I'm gonna make one suggestion before we change the subject. There is one porn, if because a lot of girls say that a lot of the most of the porn channels are very like rough and masculine. There
Yeah.
is one called Porn for Her, I think it's called. I'll double check.
Ah,
I think,
okay.
yeah, it's made tailored
Yeah.
on the channel break. I'll double check, girls, because I know you asked me to tell you which one I watch.
Let
It's
me
it's a
see.
porn channel specifically for girls. So the and it's very hot. They're definitely X-rated, but a lot of the videos are sexier. Some are romantic. Some are very seductive. Some have amazing backgrounds. I think it's called For Her Porn or Porn for Her. I would check it out
Porn
on the
for her.
yeah, Porn for Her. Okay, there you go. So if
Yeah.
you never watched porn before and you want to give it a try, get your Prazer sex toys and it's free. Get Porn for Her is free. And pleasure yourself. Let's go a little bit deeper in the subject. Using sex toys doesn't make you a better person. It doesn't make you a worse person. It doesn't make
Mhm.
you a whore. It doesn't make you a pervert. It doesn't make you anything. I think it's just a part of having a healthy, fulfilling sexual life and pleasure with yourself or with your partner. Do you agree, Sarah?
Totally. Yep.
Yeah. So, by the way, I was checking the porn website for girls. If you girls like a little softer, sexier, romantic, but it's still X rated, okay? It's called forhertube.com. That's my favorite, and it's free. So, if you need something to turn you on and you want to try a sex toy, go for it. And then you guys send us messages and let us know if you like it. Now, let's go and spice things up. We talked about what beginners should do, we talked a little bit about intermediates, but some people are super comfortable using sex toys, such as me, and I think even more you, right? Because I think you use, yeah, you're a big fan. So am I. But usually mine are the basic ones. Like I said, the bunny. Now I'm obsessed with the cherry. I'm obsessed with the bullet necklace. I'm obsessed with this one, the little lipstick vibrator. I'm sending some your way. Have you seen this one, Sarah?
Ooh, I have.
I know. I love it. And I love it for many reasons. First, because it's discreet. So, like, if you're going to go on vacation or travel or something, what an unexpected thing to pull out of your purse, even you're like on the freaking plane or in the car with your guy or like a weekend getaway or something. They think it's a lipstick and it's a very powerful little vibrator. I'm
I
not
love that.
kidding.
I love that you said airplane. So now I have to ask you to see how out there you are. So would you on an airplane, if you're sitting beside your partner while flying, maybe it's a little, like dark, people have their blankets on, whatever, would you pull that out and would you have a little bit of fun?
1,000,000%. I am not a member of the Mile High Club, but I would like to be. I am very adventurous sexually with the right partner. I just have
Mhm.
not had the luck yet to find a partner that wants to do all of these things with me. But I think it would be amazing fun. Like you're up there, like you said. And this is the fun about these toys. They're so freaking discreet. You can literally take this on a plane, like we said, in a
Mhm.
car, or like even in a restaurant, like the bullet.
Yeah.
Like you said, you can pull it out when you go to the bathroom and your date is out there waiting and he thinks you're gonna touch up the lipstick, and then you go like, oh baby, look, it's just a little foreplay fun. And it's small, Sarah, look, because it's the size of a lipstick, but it's insanely powerful.
I like that. I think I would like play with it a little bit, insert it a little bit, and then pull it out and make him like lick it or suck it.
I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah, and I'm sure he would like that too. And hopefully most guys will like that. And it comes in a bunch of colors. So
Oh, nice.
I'm sending a bunch away. So when you get your lipstick, you let me know if you like it.
I
Now,
will
what
for
is
sure.
your favorite sex toy? Do you have one that you use the most that you can share your experience?
Okay, so I recently was gifted a fuck machine. I'm sure everybody has seen them.
I'm
It's
not sure.
like
Fuck,
so it's
I'm
essentially like
I have seen one, I swear to God.
really? It's like it's on a little like it's a little machine. It's got an extension, and then you can put all these little extensions on it, and like essentially it just like it's a machine, a powered machine with like a dildo on the end of it that like fucks you.
Oh my
And you
God, can you
can put it to
see on camera?
different speeds. I am obsessed with it. So there's one attachment with it that literally curves up. You can fold it, bend it,
Ooh,
so
is
it
it big?
curves up.
The
Huh?
machine? Is the machine big?
The extension, the toy. I can show you. Do you want to see
Yeah.
it? Okay. Everybody hold on. I'm going to grab this and so we can show Kat. Give me one sec.
I am super curious because like I said, I use sex toys and I am insanely excited about my collection of Prazeres sex toys, but nobody ever gifted me a machine and nobody ever gifted me sex toys. And I am saying that because, guys, honestly, most girls out there would love and be really, really, really turned on if their guy came home and gifted them one of these little sex toys. So I'm telling you, if you're a guy out there, don't see a sex toy as your competition. Please see sex toys as something that is 1 million percent most definitely going to spice up your sex life. And Sarah is back in her podcasting studio with some really bizarre dick machine.
Okay.
And it
So
has some
quickly,
attachment. Oh
this
my
is the
god.
actual machine itself. So it sits on the
Wow.
ground, suction cup, and then this is where the attachments go.
Oh,
And they
it's
just
big.
kind of click on like this, and then the machine literally like a tool kind of, right? So
Tip
you can
of it is
change the speeds of it.
the tip of it literally looks like a dick.
Yeah, it's various attachments, but here's the thing. There's this
Dicks
one
are-
special attachment that does this. So when we
that.
think about our G-spot, when our G-spot is inside and curved up, this goes in and the pressure of it moving literally sits right on your G-spot, and I can actually have full-on G-spot squirting orgasms from this toy.
Oh my god.
Right?
I It sounds amazing. No, it sounds
Yeah.
amazing. It really does. But for people like me,
Yep.
not home yet. I'm sure Prazeres is listening. They're like, "How we gotta bring the sex machine." The next step, and a lot of people ask me about it. So let's talk openly about it because I know some guys like it, some guys don't like it.
Mhm.
We're not judging anyone. If it's not for you, it's totally fine. Anal sex. Some sex toys really help people get a lot of pleasure when it comes to having anal sex. So let me ask you about this one, and I'll tell you my opinion too. Do you like butt plugs?
I do. I really do.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, I'm not a huge fan of anal sex, honestly. It
Mhm.
hurts like hell. The only time I ever did it is when was like with a partner that I was dating for a long time and I trust so much and he really likes it. It turns me on if I know it's turning my guy on so much. But
Mhm.
I do agree with you. If you are going to do anal sex, a nice, cute butt plug might be a great turn on. And this one, look at this, how cute it is. It's especially for girls who are not very used to doing anal sex. It's a rose and
See,
it's
I don't
made.
do anal sex, but I like butt plugs. Yeah.
Mm,
I can comfortably use a butt plug, and I mean, I'm obviously going to overshare here. I actually prefer using a butt plug when I masturbate on myself. I've
mm,
only once ever used a butt plug with a partner, but I will
mm.
use them often on myself. So,
Interesting. I only
yeah.
used it once ever, period, with a partner because he really, really liked it. And
Mhm.
yeah, like a God's honest truth, because we're very organic and we have to share to demystify the subject. It did turn me on
Yeah.
having the butt plug while he was fucking me, as opposed to like getting anal sex that I definitely don't appreciate. So it
Yeah.
might be it's a, but it's a toy that most people are very afraid of.
Totally. Yeah.
Right. So, do you have any suggestions? If some girl out there is listening, she's like, huh, I like this idea that Sarah said, maybe when I'm masturbating. If somebody never used the butt plug, and this one is cute like hell, the rose, I haven't used it yet, but I think it's
Yeah.
adorable. Do you have any tips for people that never used the butt plug before? What should they do, or how do they use it?
Okay, so I find the most comfortable way for me to use that is just if I'm laying on my back. A lot of lube obviously is very important. Having a little bit of a vibrator as well, stimulating your clit at the same time, can make it a little bit easier to kind of comfortably get it in. And once you kind of get it past, like, obviously the barrier of your ass, it is comfortable and it feels good. The way they are shaped, obviously, is once it's all the way in, it stays in there, it gets smaller, so it clenches on there. Now, because I'm not a person who does anal sex, I don't typically have more of a looser or stretched asshole, to be honest. So I do find, say, after you've had your orgasm, I do find it can be very uncomfortable taking them out. So, what I do recommend 100% is, and I know that this sounds weird, whatever, but ladies, the times I have tried to just pull it out from just being in a lay down position, it hurts. But if I get down and like I squat as if, obviously, as if you were pushing to either, let's say, push out a baby or go to the bathroom, that position and pushing down and then gently pulling it out can help you comfortably remove it. For
Oh, that's
all the ladies who have virgin assholes and you're not
yeah.
having anal sex, do that, and then it doesn't feel painful taking it out, because otherwise it can be very uncomfortable taking it out.
1 million. No, I'm the same. I don't like anal sex. I've
Mhm,
had very few times in my life with one person a long time ago. I agree with you. And yes, if you're going to try to use a butt plug, you got to be careful, but
mhm.
you might like it. Some people
Totally.
really enjoy it once they learn how to do it.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to demystify, and I don't want people to think that, because a lot of people think, oh, this, only gays use butt plugs. No, but some girls really like that too,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Some girls
yeah.
get on, around that area.
Totally. And there's so many different sizes. Like, if you want to start playing with, anal play, do not go grab the biggest butt plug out there. They have some very small ones that you can work your way up to. See if you even like it. And I know for guys, like I've had guys that have said, like, yeah, a girl wanted to try a butt plug on me and I hated it. It was uncomfortable. And then when they show me it, I'm like, whoa, that's way too big. Like, that's not what you start with. That's what you end with, months and months later. So
Yeah.
make sure you are picking appropriate sizes and shop around. And I mean, that one looks very nice and sleek. It looks comfortable. That would be a great first, starter to, yeah, anal play with yourself.
And it's interesting that you said that, because I know the ass area, the anal area, is very, very sensitive for men. But
Mm-hmm.
most of them, it's such taboo that they don't. And I'm not even talking about butt plugs now. I'm talking about like if you're giving a blowjob and you're
Mm-hmm.
licking that area, a lot of guys love that, right? They go crazy because it's such a sensitive area,
Mm-hmm.
but many men don't even let you go anywhere near that area because they think, oh, that's going to make me gay. But I'm saying, guys, cut it out. Letting your girl lick that area, massage that area with her finger, with her tongue, doesn't make
Totally.
you gay, and it can be insanely pleasurable.
Yeah,
If you agree.
absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
okay, that I think we got the butt plug questions out of the way. And oh, there's one more. Do you like with your machine or with your guy, like double penetration, the guy and the vibrator, or now I know your machine, I don't know if it does double penetration, but do you like double penetration or not, or have you ever done
So it's funny. It's a goal of mine, but not double penetration, anal and vagina. It is literally a goal of mine. Okay, so Double penetration is definitely on my list, but not in the typical way that most people want to do it of ass and pussy. And I've told the guy that I'm having some fun with, like, I want to do this, but I want double penetration in my vagina. Not a big dick and a big
Oh,
toy, but like a
yeah.
smaller toy and then a dick. Like I just want to I've seen it in a porn. This is the thing. So you get ideas in porn. I saw it in a porn and I was like, I need to try that. Don't get me wrong, two guys, it'd be more ideal of like, my bucket list thing, but I'm willing to try it with a dildo, toy, and then a partner that I'm obviously with. And yeah, so yeah, it's on my list. But
Oh my God. I never had double penetration on either my vagina or my vagina and my ass because I'm not sure I want it, to be honest with you. I want one delicious dick that I really like. Maybe a butt plug if my guy is really into that. Maybe. Or like my delicious vibrator, but I don't know how I feel about a bunch of things in me. But no judgment, no judgment if anybody out there wants it. Now, before we're done, something really simple that I know turns me on a lot and turns on guys a lot, and I'm shocked that a lot of couples don't do it. Like they get lazy. Super, super sexy X-rated lingerie. Do you use like sexy lingerie? I use it all the
so I love it. I love wearing it. I love how I feel in it. But I'm not going to lie, unless you have a guy that kind of vocalizes the fact that he loves it and he likes it, it can make a girl feel awkward and uncomfortable. Like I was actually with a guy for a little while and he said he hated it. Hated everything black, hated anything lacy. And so like I was like, "Oh." And then I was like, "Oh, so then it's like you would feel stupid obviously if you had something on." So I do feel like for myself, I do need that validation and that verbal confirmation from a guy first that like they love it, they're into it, they find it hot.
Hmm.
And then I 1000% love it. I love wearing it underneath a dress going out. And then, like, you start fooling around in the car before you go home, and then they get to be surprised by it. I love that.
I do too, because believe it or not, even when I'm not in a relationship, which is the case now, I do it for myself
Hmm.
because it turns me on. Just knowing, like, I'm going to show you this one because I'm not kidding. I'm in love with it. This is called the Take Me Now set. It's like this little underwear with a little hole on the pussy and
Hmm.
little holes where the nipples go. So they're crazy sexy. Like, take me now. You don't even have to.
Oh,
Just knowing that I'm wearing super, super sexy numbers, even if I'm not dating anybody, even if I'm not going out on a date, it turns me on about my
yeah.
body. I don't know if that's crazy, but it makes me feel like, ooh, I know my pussy's a little free. It's ready for sex. It's ready for romance, even if it's with myself. And I think it's really important. And maybe some people out there are going to think I'm crazy, but I think it's really, really important to be turned on by yourself, to even before you are in a partnership, to look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I want to make
Hmm.
myself come. I like the way my body looks, I like the way my pussy looks, whatever it is that you have to do to your body. But that's just something like my little intimate ritual that I'm sharing with you guys here today. It works for me. It always puts me in the mood for anything.
No, I love that. I'm gonna have to do more of that because I do. I like how I feel. I like the way it looks. I love the sets. I love the stockings, the garter belt. Like I love all of it. But you're right. I should do it more for me, not necessarily for somebody else. Right?
Right, yeah, I think for somebody else, if like you said, if the guy doesn't like it, whatever, but most
Hmm.
guys like it. And
Yeah.
believe it or not, one of the number one complaints about men, like especially married men, that the girls get lazy, like their wives wear those underwears that look like diapers, or like the bra like looks like shit cotton bra, and they're like, oh, but it's comfort, but it's comfort. But I agree with the guys, come on, make a freaking effort. Do you really need
Hmm.
to walk around in granny's panties, or do you really need to sleep in cotton PJs? Can't you make an effort and put a cute little neck or a sexy little cami top? So that's the couples part. I agree. But for us, yes, at least for me, it makes me feel sexy all the time. And I think if you feel sexy, I remember I don't know who it was a long time ago. I don't know if it was J-Lo or J-Lo's stylist. I forgot. But I remember I heard somebody saying, like, yeah, you need to start feeling sexy from the inside out. So if you put sexy lingerie on, or even like you organize your hair, makeup, like if you start feeling sexy from your body out, I think you're gonna exude that vibe out there.
Mhm. No, I like and I mean, for all the single ladies, if you have something sexy on when you're out and it's underneath your outfit, I feel like I would be so much more motivated for, like, a quick little, like, rendezvous in the bathroom with the hot guy at the restaurant or the bar, it's you're always ready for some fun.
Yeah, I never did that, but I mean, I'm open minded. It might happen, right? Like a rendezvous with a stranger once before.
You never
Have you done that before, Sarah?
Oh my god, I've done so much of that, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I love
Yeah,
that.
I have. Unfortunately, I am that girl that will see a cute guy in a
No.
bar and be like, "Hey, you wanna go to the bathroom of, like, the restaurant?" And I will have a hookup. Totally.
What?
I'm all for that, whether it's
I
Huh?
love how. Why did you say unfortunately? I really, really love how you're open about it and you're comfortable doing it. And it's like you deserve to do whatever the hell makes you happy. Hey, if a guy
Totally.
does that, he doesn't get judged at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
And I mean, it could still save sex, right? Like, it's not like, oh, you're disappearing into the bathroom and it's like some dirty thing. I mean, you can still practice safe sex anywhere you are. Car,
Yeah.
parking lot, bathroom, beach, whatever. You can practice safe sex. You can have fun. I'm all for it.
I am too. And you know what? Listen, as long as people, you're an adult and you're consenting to it, I think you should do whatever it is in this world that will bring you pleasure and make you happy.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I love that you're super comfortable talking about it.
I'm excited for all those little toys that are purse size because those are things that I literally have, like, sometimes, like, paddles in my purse of, like, for spanking and BDSM and stuff, and, like, now I don't have to worry about having to carry around such big items in such a big purse. I
Right?
can put those in my bra of a dress, I can wear it as jewelry, and I can have something with me at all times to have fun, to be spicy, to yeah, so I'm excited for that.
All of this toy, yeah, let me know what you think when you get them and do some photos and videos. But I'm telling you guys, go check it out. The website is means
Mhm.
pleasures in Portuguese, prazeres.com, and you can use the code sex and bacon, or you can use the code cat on the loose for 10% off whatever one of these toys or all of these toys that you guys want to buy. And I'm not kidding you, they are so much fun, they're so cute, and they're really, really powerful and delicious. They really,
Yes,
really good.
absolutely. I can't wait to try them.
And I can't wait to talk to you. Maybe we need to do a next episode, and then we can talk about the more spicy things like the bondage and all that
Yeah,
work, because that's a whole other episode. But I hope we covered at least the basics and a little bit more. And
totally.
we're really, 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 I think our goal is to encourage you guys to go out there and explore your bodies and explore your pleasure and explore what you can do with your partner in bed if you have a partner that is game to do it, right, Sarah?
Absolutely. Have fun with it. Like, enjoy
Yes.
learning what you like, what you don't like. Enjoy, the journey of self exploration or having more fun or bringing something into the bedroom. Honestly, things like that, those little tiny ones, even if
Yes.
like you haven't done it with your partner, buy them and just have it sitting on like your pillow, in the
Yeah.
bedroom when he walks in and he's going to be like, "What is this?" And then
Yes.
you can have the conversation and you can play. So there's
I
perfect little
know.
ways to do it.
Yes, exactly. And again, if you think your guy is going to be intimidated if you bring a dildo in bed like the bunny,
Mhm.
like she just said, I doubt any man in the world will feel bad if you bring a little cherry into the bedroom. And
Totally.
guys, I promise you, if you bring a little cherry and you massage your girl with this cherry, oh, that is the most delicious foreplay in the world. So I hope
Yes.
everybody goes play. I hope everybody gets their toys. Send us the questions, send us the messages. Let's normalize for once and for all. And I will definitely be back with Sarah. We're going to keep exploring the subject and doing more and more and more X-rated episodes and just normalizing a life filled with orgasm and great sex, because the world is a much better place if everybody has great sex and great orgasms, right, Sarah?
Yes. Makes us all happier. Stress release.
Yes, thank you for doing this with me. I love you. I can't wait to have you
Yes,
back here.
thank you. I can't wait to try all the toys and to share it with everybody. So
Yes,
stay tuned.
amazing. Thank you, Prazeres, for the amazing sex toys. We love you, and we'll be back very soon. Be safe out there. Like
Thank
Sarah
you.
said, do whatever you want, but be safe.